Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Hey, it's getting close to football season, y'all. We got the pros playing preseason. College is 4 weeks away. Better brush up those tailgate recipes. I've got a great one for you today. I call it my Tailgate Cheesesteaks. These are little subs that are cheesy, got plenty of good Philly cheesesteak meat on them, and they're delicious. Let's get to cooking. So let me tell you what I'm starting with today. I've got some thinly sliced beef, picked it up at my local grocery store. Perfect for cheesesteaks. Small green pepper diced up, onion diced up. Now I'm gonna cook this on cast iron over coals on my Weber grill. We're gonna season it right there in the pan, cook the veggies first, then throw the beef in. It's not gonna take long. Let's get the grill fired up. I've got a hot charcoal chimney full of royal oak charcoal, used a couple tumbleweeds to get those coals good and hot. After about 15-20 minutes, they're ready to dump in the bottom of the Weber. And I'm just going for one zone cooking. Just spread those coals out, get your grate in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my cast iron skillet on top as I want it heated up. Now you could do this first part inside on the stove, but what's the fun in that? Let's cook outdoors today. So the Weber's good and hot. It only takes a few minutes. You wanna use some high heat oil first. I've got a little grapeseed oil I'm putting down. Kind of spread it around on your cast iron. We're gonna saute our peppers and onions first. So I'm just gonna take the pan, we'll rake them on. It's only gonna take just a few minutes. You gotta have some seasoning. I'm using my AP, Old Trusty, but you could use just salt and pepper if you wanted to. Just give it a good little shake down. Man, there ain't nothing beats some peppers and onions sauteing in an iron skillet. And it don't take long when you do it over coals. Have the whole neighborhood smelling this. 4 or 5 minutes is really all I want. I just want to soften those onions, soften the pepper, take some of that rawness off of them. I want them to still have some texture because we're going to cook them some more later on. But that looks about right to me. We're just going to transfer them to a platter. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that grapeseed oil. We're ready for our beef. I'm going to season this meat up with a little swine lice prime beef seasoning. You know we got to make it prime. Just give it a good dose. We're going to chop it around, mix it up. That smells good. Steakums ain't got nothing on me. Y'all remember steakums, don't you? I'm gonna hit it one more time with a little more prime beef. Make sure I got all the sides. Y'all know this is gonna cook fast because it's so thin it doesn't take a whole lot of heat. Now that's as done as I want this beef right here. Still got a little bit of pink in some spots. I don't want to cook all the cow out of it. Put it right on a platter. So we got the peppers and onions ready. The meat's cooked and seasoned. It's time to assemble these Tailgate cheesesteaks. I've got a stick of melted butter. To that, we're gonna add some Dijon mustard, some Worcestershire sauce. Got a little granulated onion going in, a little bit of garlic too. We're gonna mix this butter up. It's gonna be the foundation, kind of the glue for the sandwich we're putting on. It's gonna make it rich, gonna give it a little seasoning pop. Now let's talk about the bread. I bought the little Hawaiian mini sub rolls. It's perfect for making little cheesesteak sandwiches. I like them because they're already split. You don't have to do any cutting. Now on the bottom, we're gonna put half of our butter mixture. Spoon it right over. You want that to soak in the bread. That's important for this recipe. So we're gonna hold the rest of this to pour over the top. Now we need some cheese. Now for that base layer, I've got some sliced provolone. You could use your favorite cheese, but provolone goes really good on a cheesesteak. And we just want to cover the bottom of the bread. It'll take 4 to 6 slices, something like that. That'll be perfect. It's okay if it overlaps. And now we're ready for the star of the show, and that's the meat and the peppers and the onions. You just want to spread this out on top of the cheese, and I'm going to load it up. I like a cheesesteak with a lot of meat. Don't forget the peppers and onions. They're going right on top. And now to top it all off, extra cheesy cheesesteaks. Shredded mozzarella. Once again, use your favorite cheese. I like the way the mozzarella is gonna pull apart when it's all done. That looks cheesy to me. One more little bit. Now we're ready for our top bun. And then we're gonna drizzle the rest of our sauce. Give it another mixy mix here, right over the top, so it'll soak into the bread. Just kind of use the back of that spoon, smooth it out a little bit. Now I've got it in this foil for a reason. I want to wrap it up and I want that steam to help cook it. So we're just going to bring the foil over the little sandwiches, kind of tuck them in, close the sides up. Now you got to give that butter time to soak in, at least an hour. But this recipe shines because you can put them in the refrigerator, let it go overnight, cook them the next day. So I let these little sandwiches sit for about an hour and a half. Fired up my Traeger, it's running at 350. We're gonna leave them on the sheet pan, just set it right center grate, close the lid, and it's gonna take about a half hour or so. We want the cheese to get bubbly, stretchy. It's gonna be delicious, it's gonna be hot, and I can't wait to try it. All right, it's been about 35 minutes. We're gonna take our sandwiches off, take them over to the board. I just used a spatula, took them off that full pan right onto the cutting board, and I'm gonna grab a knife. They're already kind of marked the way the rolls are in the package, so all you're gonna do is go down and separate them. Real easy. If you wanted to cut them up into smaller sandwiches, you could do that for the tailgate. I kind of like the size of these sub rolls, but I'm telling you, you better do a couple packs because they're gonna go fast. But check that out, that cheese is stringing. I know it's good. Let me get it off that knife. It's gonna be hot, but I gotta try it. Oh man, yes. The bottom firms up a little bit, gets a little bit of a crust on it, but it's perfectly cooked. Check that out. The cheese is just coming out. That's a cheesesteak right there. These sandwiches on game day, automatic winner. I don't care what the team does. Woo, that's legit. Hey, and this one's great for tailgate. You can do it a day ahead of time. Let that butter and all those flavors soak into the bread. When you get ready to go to the tailgate, fire up the grill. Just set that full pack right on the grill off to the side. 350 degrees, about 30 minutes, and it is ready to serve. Cheese will be melted, the meat's gonna be hot and steaming, the bun's gonna have all that flavor in it. Thanks for hanging out with us here today at How to Barbecue Right. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. You know you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're doing TikTok videos, and I guarantee you, Shell and I are gonna have some thoughts on this sandwich at our weekly podcast. Y'all subscribe and give that a listen too. We'll see y'all next time. I'm going back in on this one. That's a touchdown.